It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. I'm Bob Rectenwell. This is Grump Scooter. Whoop, whoop. Scott Callies.
How are you?
Yeah, well, I'm not grumpy.
You're not grumpy?
However, counterpart.
Bah humbug.
No, that's next month.
No, that's next month.
Yeah, we got to hold that for next month.
And
I'm right there with you.
And that's you.
Yeah,
You're the bah humbug.
I am right there with you.
I'm right into the Christmas thing, but you're the bah humbug. I get it.
Bah humbug.
I get it.
Yeah. Did you have an exciting night?
Didn't do a whole lot. Went to wrestling and then went home.
How's wrestling looking?
It's getting there. It's getting there. They're learning. We got a lot of new, I'm on the girls' side, so we got a lot of new girls this year. So we've been kind of pushing them a little harder, trying to get them up to speed and going through technique and stuff.
The dynamic duo is back, hoping with the wrestling.
Yeah, me and your son are back, and I think we're going to have a good year. I really do.
Conditioning going well?
Conditioning is. Robert's beating them up, which he does his job very well. But they're liking it. They're liking to be pushed, and so the morale is there where you need it to be.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Just got to get it all pulled together. Just take time.
When does season start?
I think November 21st is our first meet, I think.
Like 2 weeks after state playoffs for football?
Yep.
They have a couple of sports start then. I think bowling starts at the same time.
Yep.
So that'll be exciting.
Ready to rip, roar, and go.
Ready to rip.
And I don't know when basketball actually starts. It should be starting somewhere around.
It starts the first week after football season's over.
Okay.
Because you can't play two sports at one time. You know?
I get it. Two seasons sports, yeah.
Yeah. You know, you can do different sports.
Yeah.
But they don't want basketball and football playing at the same time.
Crazy.
But you can do volleyball and football at the same time.
Yeah, because volleyball's a well, wait a minute.
That's what I'm wondering about.
No, because volleyball is the same season as football. So, yeah, you can.
Okay. It's still like another sport.
Yeah, but they do basketball and wrestling.
But you can't play football and basketball at the same time.
Nor can you play football and volleyball.
They do play football and volleyball at the same time.
No. I'm saying the same person can't play. I mean,
well, that makes a lot of sense, Scooter, because football's a guy sport and volleyball's a girl sport.
Well, there's some girls play football.
Not here.
But what I'm getting at is it's still the same season. You know, you can have different sports playing in that season, but you can't start another season sport until that's over. So that's why you can't start basketball until football's over. I mean, you can do football, volleyball. I think golf is all in one season and going at the same time.
No, we're having fun here, we got to quit in about 50 seconds. But I'm with Coach Jones.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Why can't these football schools go ahead and play basketball? Because all these other schools are playing basketball. That's where I was headed. I wasn't necessarily talking about Mountain Home, but the smaller schools have 15 games before the football schools even start, and that's just crazy to me.
I agree with that completely.
Okay, well, good. No,
we're in agreement there.
Now we got that straight. Well,
all right.
Write the date down, because that's the first time this week
we've ever agreed.
That we've agreed. Yeah. All right, let's see here. It's time for the morning prayer brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. 870-508-1771 is their number. Hospice of the Ozarks has been serving Baxter, Marion County since 1979. They'll be glad to serve you as well. Pick up your phone, give them a call at 870-508-1771. Greg Wood and his staff do a wonderful job, and they'll answer any questions that you might have about hospice care. And now the morning prayer. Lord, we just thank you for the day that you've given us, Lord. And we just pray that you will continue to bless us as a nation. Lord, we just pray that you will be with those. This is the time of year. Thanksgiving is around the corner. Be with those that are alone. And Lord, we just pray that you will comfort them. Lord, we just pray for our troops that are fighting in conflicts overseas. Lord, we pray for them and their families, Lord, as they don't know what's next. And Lord, we just pray for our governments, our states, our federal government, our state governments, and our city governments all across the nation. Lord, it's an election season. We just pray that you will be with everyone involved in those and keep it fair and safe. Lord, at this time, I just pray that you will be with the person that might need to hear this, and I'm actually going to read this, and I don't do this normally, but Lord, this is cheer up, don't be afraid, for the Lord your God has arrived to live among you. He is mighty Savior, and he will give you victory. Whatever troubles that you are going through, Lord, just turn to the Lord and ask him to relieve you of those troubles. And it's in Christ's name which we pray. Amen.
Amen.
The morning prayer brought to you by Hospice of the Ozarks. 870-508-1771 is our number. Give them a call. We'll be back in just a moment. Boom.
Hi, I'm Bob Zador of the Z Team. I'd like to share something with you. Our team didn't need to reach everyone to be considered successful. We only needed the power of one. One person who was delighted with the way they were treated, helping them to reach their real estate goals. One person who told another person who told another, and so on. So if you're ready to buy or sell real estate, the Z Team would like to be your one. Give us a call. 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home.
It's time for Lake Level's dam reports and all the updates, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. The Z Team, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 870-405-0793. Retiredarkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on live views. And today, are we foggy?
Well, we are black and white.
We are black and white. We haven't made the click yet. That's pretty cool, though.
It hadn't made the transfer. Got a couple little bug cobwebs on there, but
it's the nostalgia.
It's Halloween time. That's perfect.
It is perfect. What you're looking at is the beautiful White River that separates Baxter County, Arkansas from Marion County, Arkansas. This is from the, and there we go, color.
Oh, just changed.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool to watch it.
That was pretty cool. What you're looking at is the beautiful White River that separates Marion County, Arkansas from Baxter County, Arkansas. The camera's on the Marion County side. The city of Cotter is what you're looking at straight ahead. Way off in the distance straight ahead is the state of Missouri. Over to your right is the city of Mountain Home. In front of it is the city of Gassville. To your left is the Rainbow Bridge, the Old Trails Bridge for the railroad tracks, and city of Bull Shoals around the left-hand side there. Just getting the other good shots there, Scooter.
How's that?
I like it.
With that yellow haze.
Yep. People will think that's a still shot, but if you look real close, you can see that water moving. I have some friends of mine from Canada that are here. They parked their camper on the other side of 412, on the Marion County side, but on the other side of 412. And they said they got up yesterday and it was pretty darn foggy.
Pretty darn foggy.
Yeah, pretty darn foggy. I'm going to run through some temperatures while Scooter lets that click through. That's just some great shots of the beautiful White River. There's Contractors Trust. Right there by it is the Railroad Museum. These shots are brought to you each morning by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team, Century 21 Lemac Realty here in Mountain Home. 870-405-0793 is our number, and you can find these at retiredarkansas.net. You can also find the MLS listings and see what's available in our area. For something that gets your interest, pick up your phone, give them a call, 870-405-0793. Currently, Mountain Home is 65, which is kind of funny because on Monday it was 48, and Harrison is 71. Batesville 63, Yellville is 56, Marshall 48, Salem 60, Mountain View 48, Calcarock 65, West Plains, Missouri is 60, Springfield, Missouri is 55, St. Louis, Missouri 51, Poplar Bluff, Missouri is 57. Well, as soon as this thing corrects itself, we'll zoom into the... You ever been down to that railroad depot, Scooter?
I've been by it. I hadn't been in it. I mean,
we look at these every morning, and every now and then we see a train going through.
Yep. Burlington Northern Santa Fe.
Which is pretty cool. Go ahead and take a look at the radar on the national scene. You can see there's a little bit of rain going up through Iowa, some into Canada, up in Ontario, some up in the northern peninsula of Michigan. But as you zoom into Arkansas, boom, 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 boom. Don't zoom so far, Bob. Rogers the Black, huh?
We are clear. I like it.
Rogers to Blytheville, Fayetteville to Jonesboro, Fort Smith to Batesville, Conway, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana, Greenville, Mississippi. All of the state of Arkansas is clear. So if you happen to be traveling today, it looks like you got a pretty good day to do it. On the national scene, watches and warnings, we've got a dense fog advisory down around the Gulf Coast. And a special weather statement, I don't know what that is. I ain't no telling. Little chillery up here, freeze warning down in Oregon. Some winter weather advisories, some heavy frost, heavy freezing spray warnings. But for the most part, looks pretty clear. 7-day forecast, high today of 83, low tonight of 53. High tomorrow 79, low tomorrow night 61. Friday high of 83. Friday night 54, Saturday high of 70, low of 46. Sunday going to be 66 for the high. And Sunday night is going to be low of 47. Monday is going to be 76 and Tuesday 77. I think we're in the 70s. Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk 551.92, which is 0.08 below full pool of 552. They finally made it below the mark. There's no generation going on there at this time. Lake Bull Shoals 650.93, which is 8.07 below full pool of 659. Currently running 1 at minimum flow. And the drought monitor from last week, that'll change tomorrow. But just want to remind people that 84% of the counties in Arkansas are under a burn ban. 84% of them. So just be careful if you're outside doing any burning, you probably shouldn't be. That's lake levels, dam reports, and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora. The Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Macarelli. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredarkansas.net is their website. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. They're busy, but never too busy to help you. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team. We'll be right back.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 Series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn. The dealership, the deals, Highway 62 Southwest at Buford Road, 870-425-3434. If you happen to be looking for a lawnmower, a lawn tractor, a zero turn, a big zero turn, they've got them at Ozarks Farm and Lawn. If you're looking for a big garden tractor, if you're looking for a big hay tractor, they've got them at Ozarks Farm and Lawn. If you're looking for implements, balers, rakes,
Where did they got them?
Ozarks Farm and Lawn.
There you go.
You know where they got RTVs?
Ozark Farm and Lawn.
Ozarks Farm and Lawn. You know where they got part sales and service?
Ozark Farm and Lawn.
There you go. I think
Everybody, Ozark Farm and Lawn.
and Lawn. Highway 62 East. Mountain Home. Early voting has started.
It has.
Early voting has started.
I have not been there yet, but I might today, actually.
Early voting started on the 21st, which was Monday. Huh?
Monday.
Monday. It'll run from 8 to 6, Monday through Friday, Saturday from 10 to 4. Monday the 4th, it'll be from 8 to 5, and then Election Day, 7:30 to 7:30. All kinds of polling places around Baxter and Marion County. You can go check one of them out. You do not have to vote in your area, I don't believe anymore, do you?
No.
On November the 2nd at 11 o'clock, there will be a Great Bowls of Fire chili hosted by America's Car Mart. That's at 11 o'clock. That's $5. All proceeds go to the Bob Davis Veterans Center, sponsored by AutoZone, Buddies, Holy Smokes, T-Mobile, and Town and Country. Location of this would be 2077 Highway 62 East here, Mountain Home, 870-424-3030. Be a car show at 10. Be prizes and giveaways. All kinds of good stuff going on there. The Lions Club. The annual Lions Club auction will be the 11th through the 14th from 6 to 10 nightly right here on XL7-TV. You can watch, listen, and bid. Get great deals, help your community. Over 500 items have been donated from local businesses. You can watch it right here on XL7-TV, your favorite cable channel to catch our station. Optimum 22, Over the Air 26, Ritter 21 through 28, Yelcott 68 to 75, Cox 843, and I don't believe they've got Next back up yet.
Have they not?
I
have not heard yet.
In fact, I'm not sure that they're going to bring it up. They say it could be 90 days. So
Ooh.
there you go. You can check it out online at lionsclubauction.com, and you can pick up the phone to place your bid at 870-425-2266. Guest auctioneers each night.
A lot of fun.
You going to be auctioneering?
I don't use auctioneer. I usually will do stuff on the other side of the fence. I'm behind the camera. I'm behind the camera.
You be on that side? I believe Bob Zador and I are guest auctioneering on the 11th.
On the 11th.
Oh, on the 11th. Mentioned earlier that 84% of the counties in Arkansas are under burn bans. Don't be burning. Basically, that's all I've got to say. Don't be burning.
Yeah, we just haven't had enough rain or any rain really to amount to anything.
Every time they bring some in, bring a little rain in, it don't last long.
No.
Early voting the numbers have been pretty high in Baxter and Marion County. 1,500 votes cast on the first day. The 2-day total is 3,202. That's 10% of the registered voters in Baxter County. Over 1,000 ballots were cast in Marion County, and 426 at the fairgrounds in Summit for a 2-day total. That don't make any sense. Close to having 1,000 ballots go, so 949. So
there you go.
A lot of folks turning out.
That's
Hopefully
good.
It turns out for the right direction. Whoever knows what that is. And let's see here, what else we might have to say. Go down here to the sports side. Going to be selling some seat backs for the Mountain Home basketball season. You can get a seat back, which makes things more comfortable for you there in the hangar. I think it's $50 a seat. You can get a hold of the athletic department for that. $50 a seat. Reservations do not include an entrance to the game, but the backs will be labeled with the buyer's name as an identifier, and they can be there for the whole season. It'll be pretty fun. Bomber tip-off, we were wondering when that was. It's November the 9th.
November the 9th.
Reservations will be accepted through the Bomber tip-off, which is November the 9th. So
Okay.
let's see what else we might got here. Mountain Home volleyball team got beat by Marion last night. I want to make mention, going on here. I went over to Jonesboro Monday night to live stream the JV and the final 7th grade games of the season. Number 20, Hudson Spear, had to be taken off the field with their ATV on Monday night. He looked like he hurt his leg pretty bad, but I spoke to his dad last night, and he's going to be fine. Just a big bruise.
Awesome.
Took a huge Charlie horse, and he's going to be good. You know, for a little 7th grader, he's a very good little athlete, fun to watch. Just want to make sure folks know. I had a lot of people ask me yesterday, well, what's the word on Spear? What's the word on Spear? Didn't know until about 10 o'clock last night. Spoke to his dad, got his permission to mention this morning.
Awesome.
Because I don't like to
That's
do it
good
without
news.
checking with the parents. But it's always good to have him come back. So I think he'll be primed and ready to go.
Sweet.
Anyway, you got anything you want to throw out there, Scooter?
I'm good.
You're good?
I'm
If
good.
you're good, I'm good. That's Community News and Happenings brought to you by Ozarks Farm and Lawn, the dealership that deals. 870-425-3434, Highway 62 Southwest. You can't miss them.
You can't. They're
Because you know what they got there?
tractors.
All kinds of stuff. We'll be back in just a moment.
Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
For all things glass, contact the professionals at Clear Results Glass in Mountain Home. Whether you're needing a rock chip repair or a full windshield replacement, Clear Results Glass can take care of all of your automotive glass needs with fast turnarounds at competitive prices. They service business and residential customers and can custom cut any glass or provide you with the right fit for your home windows, sliding doors, commercial glass, or even a frameless shower enclosure. Contact Clear Results Glass today for a quote or to schedule your next glass project. That's Clear Results Glass, located in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
When you're
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Jeff Quick, Food Bank of North Central Arkansas, is with me this morning. I was telling Scooter, I said, can't be food bank time again.
It's that time,
right?
right?
Man, like we just had him on 2 weeks ago.
It seems like that, doesn't it?
How are you?
Good. How are you this morning?
Well, you know, it's mowing season is winding down. Football season, this will be our 8th game this week. I would say it's winding down, but it's not. Still busy.
Yeah.
Still busy.
Yeah, I was talking to some folks over in Harrison yesterday with a group of nonprofits, and one of the ladies said, you know, it never stops anymore. They're like, about the time you think, well, mowing season's over, and then there's something else to do.
Absolutely, which is okay.
Yeah, keeps us out of trouble, right?
Keeps us young. Everybody but Scooter.
Okay. Yeah, well, Scooter's a whole another story, right?
Yeah, that's another story. Yeah. The food bank, I'm sure the farmer's market is still going, or is it closed?
It is, yeah. Going today, so if you want to slip by there and get some fresh produce and look at some of the arts and crafts and things that are there.
When does that shut down for the season?
The last Saturday in November.
Last Saturday, after Thanksgiving.
Right after Thanksgiving. Yep.
Wow. I didn't realize it ran so long. Has it always ran that long?
Yeah. In fact, when I started working with them, I said, gosh, this is crazy. You don't want to go that long. Yeah, they really do. Yeah, they've got turnips and different things coming up out of the ground now, and they'll have plenty of items. Of course, several of our farmers actually have greenhouses too, so they produce year round.
So in this time of the year, pumpkins and gourds and those squashes and those kind of things are big.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes it fun.
Yeah.
Like seeing all the decorations with all the pumpkins and different
corn
stalks and things that are around the doors.
Some of the ladies have gone all out, which I assume means, or I hope for them, that it means that she has told her husband to do this, and he's done well. But yeah, we got some beautiful door fronts and front porches and all that kind of stuff. It's nice to see that. I wasn't ready for summer to be over, but now that it is, it's kind of I've enjoyed the cooler weather.
A little bit cooler, won't last. I mean, it's going to be in the 70s, so that's not all that bad. But I'm not used to it being this warm this time of the season. Usually, and I always talk sports, but I can relate the weather with temperatures. You know,
right.
we go some places on Friday nights this time of the year, and we're wishing we had electric blankets because it's so cold. This year's not been too bad.
Yeah, I remember some Razorback football games back in college that it was snowing and it was cold, but you don't see that much anymore. Our winter kind of has changed in my lifetime, at least. It seems like it's pushed further into the new year almost than it used to be. So.
Generally, the last snow used to be maybe the first year of January, or first week in January, but now we're getting some good snows all the way into February.
Right.
And it's not usual for us.
Yeah. It's interesting how those weather patterns have changed, and of course, devastating for some folks with the hurricanes in different pieces. But
let's take the next 5 minutes or so to speak to people that may have never seen you on here before, maybe totally new to our area.
Sure.
Let's talk about Jeff Quick. Who's Jeff? Where's he from? What's he do?
From right here, fifth generation Baxter County guy for both sides of my families. Gosh, I moved off to University of Arkansas for college and
What year did you graduate?
I graduated high school in 90.
Okay.
So was over there and immediately started working for Sequoia United Methodist Church as their youth director at the time. Then went from there to North Little Rock, and then College Station, Bryan, Texas, and Friendswood, Texas, at the Methodist churches in each of those communities as director of youth ministries, over a 13-year period. So did that for quite a while. Got to a point where I decided that youth ministry maybe was not what God was calling me to do. Wasn't sure what that calling was. Worked in some restaurants for a while. If anyone's not worked in a restaurant, you haven't lived yet. You learn so much when you work in a restaurant. But did that for a while. Came back here finally in about probably 2006, I guess, and sold some real estate for a little bit with Larry Black and Associates and with Joan over at Gilbert Realty, and then was asked to serve on the board of directors for the food bank, and not long after that asked to apply for a job as their development director for the food bank. And as time works out, that was also just about the time that the housing market was taking a nosedive, and I needed a little money in my pocket, and doing a good thing while getting a paycheck sounded like a good opportunity.
Not a bad plan.
Yeah, not a bad plan. So started off working what I thought was going to be part-time, and I would keep my real estate license. And you don't just do nonprofit work part-time. And so that got in my blood, and I really felt like that was where, in my opinion, God was calling me to be. Shortly after that, our CEO or executive director at the time decided she wanted to be home with her grandbabies. That was where God was calling her to be.
And who was that at the time?
Her name was Linda Finley. She's from over around Zion. Gosh, great lady, but who can blame her? She had a group of grandkids that were wonderful, and she wanted to spend some time with them, and so that's when I took on this role of CEO. And my time with the food bank actually goes back to when I was a kid. My grandma was a volunteer when it opened up in the early 80s. And, when you stay at your grandma's house, you do what grandma does. And she went to volunteer, and we went along with her and volunteered at the thrift store and the food pantry there in Norfolk. In college, I was bringing some of those youth groups back to Mountain Home in Norfolk specifically. We'd do mission trips and stay here and do some work for some folks and for the food bank. Usually spent some time out on the river or the lake or Silver Dollar City or something like that at the end of the trip. And so, the food bank has really been in my blood, from the get-go. My grandparents were very involved in the community, active in their church, active in, you're talking about voting has started. Grandma was always at the polls, checking people in. Grandpa worked with the Arkansas Area Agency on Aging, and they were just good, caring people that showed us an amazing example, and giving back to others, caring for others, putting others first. All those things are just kind of second nature to us.
Of course, your last name is Quick, so one side is Quick. Who's the other side?
The other side of the Knights. So Bob Knight at KTLO, Tommy Knight that sells insurance here in town. Those are my mom's brothers. my mom was Beverly Knight, or Beverly Quick now. She's since passed away. You might have run into her at Suddenlink or one of the versions of the cable company in town, whatever name it took on at the time. She worked there for about 40 plus years. Just an all-around good family, just, blessed. That's one of the things I think about a lot. Like, several of us, we're really blessed just to be born into the family that we're born into in the right zip code. Our zip code across the United States typically is the single most defining piece of whether you live in poverty or not. And poverty for us is not just the amount of money we have or the resources, financial resources we have, but it can be a poverty of emotional strength, mental strength, spiritual strength, having a good family and a good set of parents and grandparents to raise you up the right way. All those things go into effect. Having persistence and motivation and those kind of things really tip the scale for us when we get the luck of the draw, so to speak, to be born in the right spot at the right time.
As being raised in Mountain Home as a young country boy, the motivation come in the form of a switch?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Time for break. We'll be back in just a moment.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as it would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite, climate-controlled, and air-filtered boarding facility in the area, with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Providing caring, compassionate services at an affordable price is our goal at Connor Family Funeral Home. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that treats our friends and neighbors just like family, with a wide range of services and options to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area. Connor Family addresses all the details with no hidden fees, so you can rest assured that you are treated like family for a more personalized and worry-free service. That's Connor Family Funeral Home, where compassion and affordability meet, located in Mountain Home.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the Mountain Home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Jeff Quick, Food Bank of North Central Arkansas, is with me this morning. Our monthly visit. Jeff, tell me the purpose of the food bank. How did it get started here, and what is it for?
Yeah. So the food bank started in 1982 in response to a flood along the White River and Norfolk River both. It was around Christmas time. I've shared this story a lot, but I remember being at the Christmas parade, and after the parade was over, we went down to Calico Rock and watched a structure float down the river underneath the bridge. Pretty significant thing for a kid my age at the time. We basically started, Alice Ayers began that work. She looked around and said, hey, the folks that either got displaced by the flood or that are down there volunteering need some food. And so she started making sandwiches and soups and taking them water and whatever else. As a part of that work, though, her and others in the community realized that they really needed something for the community of Norfolk and the surrounding area. And so they started a thrift store and food pantry there at the same time. Over the years, that kind of morphed into a regional food bank. So the difference between a food pantry that we still have in Norfolk, where Alice started that, and what we do now is that we're the distribution warehouse, if you will, for a lot of different local food pantries across 9 counties. We have about 90 different partner agencies that work with us. And our mission statement is building bridges from hunger to hope. You know, when I first started, it was a long paragraph or so of caring for others and taking care of hunger-related needs and whatnot. But back when I first started serving on our board of directors, Joe Wilson, Stacy Shedd, myself, and a whole lot of other folks that were on that team at the time, we really wanted to expand it to be more than just feeding people. We wanted to make sure that they had the educational opportunities that they needed, the resources that they needed to really move from food insecurity and poverty into middle class, if that was their desire. And so over the years, we've kind of moved into that realm. Last December, we graduated our 10,000th student through our classes of cooking, shopping, nutritiously on a budget, life skills, and so forth.
Where do you do that at?
We do that all over. So some of it is at Pike's Cancer House or Repel Diabetes there on the support houses on the campus at the hospital. We've worked a lot with Coach Newsom at the junior high, so all the health classes were over there. And several of the other schools as well, Viola, Marshall, Yellville, Flippin, you name it. We do some of those classes at the food bank. Some of them are in churches locally. Wherever we can get a group of folks together that want to do that, then that's what we do. The shopping class we actually do in the grocery stores. So that may be Walmart or Harps or Town and Country, depending on the size of the group that we're doing. But we literally take people through the grocery store and show them how to shop, show them how to stay away from impulse buys, make sure that they realize this placement matters. People have, marketing groups have really worked to make sure.
End caps are not your friends.
No, stay away from the end caps, right? Get a list, organize it, all those kind of things.
Just because it's on sale doesn't mean you have to buy it.
Right, yeah. And someone mentioned this the other day, but some of our least nutritious food are also the cheapest foods that are out there. And so we got to kind of be intentional about that. One of the things that we teach in those classes is, if you fill your diet, not completely fill, but if you have an appropriate amount of fiber in your diet, so if you're eating things with good fiber content in them, you're actually going to stay full for a longer period of time, which will mean you'll eat less, which means you'll spend less at the grocery store. So it's about spending your money correctly so that you get the nutritional value that you need out of it. So over the span of time, we've really grown that organization from serving a handful of folks that needed it out of a station wagon to we have about a 20,000 square foot facility now that is gives us warehousing space, cold storage space. We have a fleet of 3 delivery trucks, and our team is out all the time either teaching folks some good life skills lessons or making sure that they have access to food.
Where is the food bank?
Food bank's located really just right across from McDonald's and Sonic. So if you went across the highway behind Schlotsky's there, it's in Highland Circle in Mountain Home. Right.
When did the food bank acquire that building?
Oh, we moved in, administration moved in December of 2020. We'd spent the year prior to that remodeling it. So I'm going to say we probably bought it in 18, if I were guessing.
What pays for something like that?
Well, we have a $1.7 million budget annually. And if you look at our financial audit, the financial auditors out of Springfield, they actually say at the end of the day, we really have about a $6 or $7 million budget. The difference in that 1.7 and the 6 or 7 is all the donated food. So donated food makes a huge dent in what we're able to accomplish. And that comes from retail donation, about 800 to a million pounds of food, 800,000 to a million pounds of food every year come through Walmart and Harps and Aldi's and Dollar General and the different stores that we work with. But it also comes from grant writing. I was working on a grant writing workshop yesterday with our agency partners. We pulled in Kimberly Jones from Twin Lakes Community Foundation, and Samantha Collins helped us out from the Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance. But as a part of that, I was showing them the way I track my grants that I work on, and we've written about almost $900,000 in grants this year. We don't get them all, and that's okay, but we'll keep writing. Some of that food comes through the USDA programs like the Emergency Food Assistance Program and the Commodity Supplemental Food Program. Those are both commodity programs. Some of that food is on a reimbursable program for the summer and after school meals. So we have to actually buy it, but then we receive a reimbursement from the federal government through the state of Arkansas, similar to the way school lunch and breakfast programs run.
How many employees do you have at the food bank?
Right now we have 12 employees. 3 of those are part-time. One's going to go part-time after the first of the year. Trying to cut back a little bit, and so she's excited about that.
She is, or you are?
She is. She's excited about it. I'm not excited about it at all. She's a great team player. My only hope is that she decides to volunteer some of her time back to us and stays with us on some of those days off. But those employees, we have 3 in the operations team. They are the ones who receive the food, inventory the food, pull the food orders for agency partners, deliver that out, all of that piece of it. They take care of our facilities and all kinds of things along those lines. We have 3 of us that work in administration and fundraising or development is what we refer to it as. Myself, and then our CFO, as well as the lady who does our Hunger Gardens and our farmers market overseas.
Who is your CFO?
Donna Kelso. You probably know Donna from the locker room. Folks will know that she worked there for, Scooter, what do you think, 20 years, 25 years?
Long time.
It's been there forever. So she's been with us for about 2 years now, and she will work hard in the garden or the thrift store or the warehouse just as much as she'll crunch numbers for us. Great lady.
Is your thrift store located at the food bank?
Thrift store is still located in Norfolk with the Norfolk Pantry.
Just the only one?
Just the one. And surprisingly, we see about $80,000 to $90,000 back to that. Where does all the funding come from? Through the thrift store in Norfolk. So a quarter and a dime and $1 at a time. Really cool stuff. Last week, really nice to work with John Schwab over at Century 21. He gave us a call and said, "Hey Jeff, I've got this family. They've moved. They've gone into assisted living, and they've got some stuff left in this house that they want to donate. Can you use it at the thrift store?" And I said, "Absolutely." So we spent the day last Wednesday cleaning out that house, dishes and some odds and end furniture and beds and stuff like that, getting those down to the thrift store, helping John and that family out at the same time that they're helping us out. So, it's those kind of things that really make a difference when every dollar counts. That's the thing. Every dollar provides 7 meals. And then the food bank turns around, and based on our audit every year, we're right at about 96 cents of every dollar going back to our programs of food and education. It's just stewardship's just part of what we do.
It's time for another break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about that million meal program you got going on. Be back in just a moment.
Even on the most perfect day, the unexpected can happen. But with just one call to their local Red Ribbon expert at Overhead Door, they can get their garage door fixed or replaced in a jiffy.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. Experience the best in Mexican dining. Letty's in Gassville. Voted numerous times as the best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Come out for delicious breakfast served all day. Or enjoy an authentic Mexican lunch or dinner. $1.49 tacos on Thursday. 10% discount for seniors every day. No time? Call Letty's and have your to-go order waiting for you. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties, weddings, holidays, or big events. The best Mexican restaurant in the Twin Lakes area. Letty's in Gassville.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
For all your Kubota needs, visit Ozarks Farm and Lawn in Mountain Home. Your senior healthcare specialist is VACO Insurance in Mountain Home. Retired law enforcement and disabled veteran owner Frank VACO and staff can help you with all your insurance needs. VACO Insurance provides coverage for most carriers in the area, such as Medicare, Affordable Care Act, individual, or any other health or life insurance options. With over 13 years experience and agents in multiple areas and locations throughout northern Arkansas and southern Missouri, VACO Insurance is the right choice to handle all your insurance needs. That's VACO Insurance, located in Mountain Home.
For all
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Jeff Quick, Food Bank of North Central Arkansas, is with me. Let's talk about the Million Meal Program.
Yeah, Arvest Bank does the Million Meals Program. It's in April and May each year, and they just do a stellar job. So grateful.
But it benefits the Food Bank of North Central Arkansas.
Yeah. Their footprint for their northern Arkansas region, and I'll probably say that wrong, but their footprint across the northern tier of Arkansas includes my service area through the food bank, and then also the Food Bank of Northeast Arkansas service area over in Jonesboro, Craighead County, and so those programs support both of those. And year after year, this region of the bank, this region of our folks, end up doing better than any other region that the bank has. So really impressive to see that happen. And
when does that normally happen?
April and May.
April and May.
It goes. We have Feed the Pack that goes along with it. This past year, we worked with the folks over in the Harrison market to do a similar event to Feed the Pack that basically helped fund our mobile food pantry in Harrison. We do a mobile food pantry in Harrison and one in Jasper once a month, and that just kind of helped offset the cost of getting that food over there and purchasing the food when we need to, those kind of things.
What kind of upcoming events do you have for the food bank?
Oh man, it goes like crazy. Tomorrow we have a college hunger summit. So Cassie Jones, the intern at the food bank, she interns through her educational opportunities at ASU Mountain Home. She'll be going with me tomorrow. We're going to do a presentation on the partnership between ASU and their food pantry and the food bank. Talk about how other college food pantries can get involved with their regional food bank. November the 1st, which is a Friday, which sounds crazy, but it's like just a few days
2 weeks.
away, right? The North Central Board of Realtors is partnering up with us. We're excited about that. They do this each year. This is probably 25 years or so that they've done this event. Children, and basically what they do is they write us a big check to purchase a lot of food, and then we distribute it along with them, those realtors, to the hunger relief organizations in Baxter and Marion County, and also over in Calico Rock, kind of the region that those realtors work. They want to try to give back. We'll be distributing that morning. I just want to always be clear when I talk about this. This is the food bank and the realtors distributing food to local food pantries, and then people will then be able to come and go to their local food pantry, not to this event. We have had from time to time people just kind of get confused and think, oh, I can go to the food bank that day and get food. That's not what this is. We're trying to stuff the shelves for those local food pantries, prepping them for the holiday season. November the 13th, I'll be at Mountain Home High School. We're going to be talking about thankfulness and gratitude and volunteering and being mindful of others and how we can give back to our neighbors and our community. That'll be that morning. Then that evening, I'm going to do a little bit of what y'all were talking about earlier. I'll be on the Lions Club auction as a guest auctioneer, trying to raise some money for the Lions Club here in the Twin Lakes area and the great work that they do. Second Saturday of November, we'll be packing about 1,380 boxes of food for senior citizens. So that's from 9 to noon.
Let's talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
What goes in one of those boxes?
It's about 25 to 30 pounds of food, and you'll see a juice, a plastic jar of juice, shelf-stable milk, and sometimes powdered milk. But you'll also have vegetables, canned vegetables, bags of beans, bags of rice, bags of pasta, tuna, canned meats, all kinds of things. Cereal, there's always either a box of cereal or a box of oatmeal or different items like that for breakfast as well.
Generally, how long would one of those boxes last a person?
You're looking at 25 to 30 pounds of food, but literally it's in a box that, I hold like this when I pick it up. It's not much when you look at, how we fill our grocery carts when we go to the grocery store. But it's hopeful. The name of it is the Commodity Supplemental Food Program. So senior citizens who are over the age of 60, they can get this box, but they can also get the regular commodity box. They qualify for one, they qualify for both. And then they could also receive food, through the retail donation program that we talked about earlier, or the foods that we're purchasing.
What kind of things are in the normal commodity box?
The normal commodities kind of ranges from time to time. There's even less there, let's just be honest. Usually 6 to 8 different items, and there may be 1 or 2 cans or 1 or 2 boxes of those things. Fruits and vegetables, lots of canned items, lots of frozen meats, sometimes fresh produce.
People at home that may be just watching this for the first time are going, there's a bank on every corner in this city, in this county. The home prices are in the 200s for a minimal home. Yeah. How could there be so much food insecurity?
Yeah, so years ago, before I actually moved back here, or right about that time, the coaches at the high school would load the kids up on the school buses and take them down some of the school bus routes. When you get off the beaten path in Baxter County, you'll find that it's not uncommon to see an old school bus with a stovepipe out the side. If you look closely, you'll find out in the woods a little bit, back out of the way, you'll see some tents. There's a great difference or discrepancy between those of us that have and those of us that don't in our community.
And there's a lot around the border.
Right. Yeah. And and just kind of scraping by. And you think about those folks that are right there on the edge, and they're making it for the most part, but then their hot water heater goes out or their transmission goes out in their car. They're just one health issue or one family crisis away from needing the food pantry system. So, yes, we have a lot of folks who have moved here with a considerable amount of money. There's some folks that have lived here all their lives that have made well for themselves, but poverty goes hand in hand with that along the way.
Getting some help from the food bank, is it pretty discreet?
Oh, yeah. We want to make sure that we show respect and dignity to everyone that comes in. If we're not doing our job. As folks come in to the Food Bank of North Central Arkansas, please always recognize that our primary role is to make sure the shelves of the food pantries are filled, or the soup kitchen, or the shelter, or whatever it might be. But we don't want to turn folks away either.
But you can lead them to the right direction.
Right. So, like if you came in today and you said, hey, I live in Gamaliel, I'd say, well, here's an emergency bag. Let's go through a little bit of information here. But also, here's the place that's closest to you, so that you don't have to drive all this way. Now, you may turn around and say, yeah, but the only day that pantry is open is when I'm at work. And then I'll say, okay, let's find somewhere else that's close to you. Mm-hmm. Let's get you connected to where you'll get the most resources for the least amount of your invested time. Because we want you with your family. We want you doing the things that you need to do with your family, taking care of their health, or taking care of their, running to school events and all those things. We want you at work. We don't want you sitting in our lobbies forever, going through a lot of rigmarole to get some food.
Talking to somebody new in the community once again, how can they volunteer? How can they help?
So, way to do that is just stop by. We have Adrian Jess is on our team. He's our volunteer coordinator. He also oversees all of our education programs. We'll get you set up with Adrian, let you fill out some information for us so that when we have opportunities, he can email you, put you on a constant contact list to let you know what all those opportunities are, or just go ahead and straight plug you into it. You can be a volunteer in our thrift store or our food pantry in Norfolk. You can volunteer on our mobile pantries, farmers market, Hunger Gardens, with the food boxing programs that we do. We've got receptionists that come in throughout the week to help us answer phones and greet people and love and nurture on folks and get them some food if they need it. All kinds of things. We also are working on an ambassador program at the food bank. So, like, let's say Scooter wanted to rent the Arvest Training Center to have a family reunion or a holiday meal or whatever. We would have volunteers, ambassadors there at the food bank to open the doors, make sure the lights are all on, help them find the restrooms or the dishes, whatever they needed to do.
What's the best way for them to make a donation?
You can go online at foodbanknca.org, and there's a donate now button there. You can set up a one-time gift, recurring gift, and those recurring gifts could be once a month, once a quarter, once a year, however you wanted to set that up. You can also drop your donation off there at the food bank. And again, we talked about that earlier, but we're located kind of right across from Fat Boys, or behind Schlotsky's, if you will. The address is 1042 Highland Circle, Mountain Home. So you can always mail your check in there as well. Let's just be honest. We're spitting a lot of stuff out this morning, right? Mm-hmm. So you got anything that, we've talked about this morning, you want to know some more about, give us a call. And that number is 492. That's not right.
499.
870-499-7565. I hadn't done that in a long time. I don't even know whose number is 492.
That would be the Buzzard Roost Zone.
Yeah, it's out that way, right? Yeah. So, 870-499-7565.
What are the hours for the food pantry down in Norfolk?
They're open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays mornings from like 9 to noon.
And how about the food bank here?
Food bank is open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Yeah. And then,
visitors are welcome.
Oh yeah, yeah. Come walk through and see what we do. It's one thing to see me talk about it or hear me talk about it on the TV or radio, but you walk in and you go, "Oh, I didn't know that this was. You did all this."
Yeah.
People realize
a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Anything you'd like to close with?
I just want to thank the community. As we roll into the fourth quarter, we all tend to get a little bit more connected to our heartstrings to the people around us and caring for folks. Thank you for all the caring that you've our community has already done in connection with our work at the food bank. But if you want to get involved, let us know. We'd love to put you to work.
Well, Jeff, we appreciate you coming in to join us this morning.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next month.
Look forward to it.
You've been watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll see you tomorrow.